let's start. Do you think that the Arabic language is very difficult to learn? Any one of you? If you think so, kindly raise your hand. You know how to raise your hand on Zoom? Not on camera like this. Yeah. So Fauzia thinks that it is very difficult to learn. Yeah. And who else? And Srividya thinks so. Okay. Kabir. Okay. Faisal. 4 of you only? Okay. What about others? Others think that is easy? Wow, that's very good. It's a very positive thing. Yeah. And we cannot blame, people that who believe that it's very difficult, because, everywhere we hear that Arabic is very difficult. Arabic is very difficult. We always hear that. Yeah. But personally, I don't agree with this propaganda. It's only a propaganda. There's no language is difficult, All languages are given from, it's a gift from God, including Arabic, especially Arabic, because Arabic is the language of Quran. We know that. All languages are given to communicate, with our beloved ones and our friends and relatives. It's a gift from God, and we can learn any language if we really love a language. So, before we start, the first step and the first decision that we have to make is to fall in love with this divine language. Are you ready for that? Are you ready? So once you love this language, nothing will block you. Nothing will hinder, your way in learning Arabic. I'm sure about that. But if you think that it is difficult, you will always think that it is difficult. It will affect you. It will impact your learning. So it's very important to remove that thought and replace that thought that you can learn Arabic. It's very easy. And from today, you are going to love Arabic language. Hopefully, I think that you can do that. Yeah. And to love a language, to love anything, we love certain things for a certain reason, right? Without a reason, you cannot love. So, in order to love the Arabic language, you have to find a very strong reason. It might be your need to know Arabic. You need to know Arabic and use it in your profession. It can be, your faith that you cherish a lot and you want to learn Arabic because you want to have a better connection with your creator. Because, I don't need to explain it. Yeah. And whatever it may be, you have to find that reason. Without that reason, you cannot love. Yeah. So I request you all, first of all, to find that strong reason to love Arabic language. And inshallah, also I want to ask you that are you really need to learn spoken Arabic? Or you are just like checking if I can learn it or not? Are you serious? How many of you are very serious that made up your mind that you will learn and you will be patient until the end of this course? Can I see your hands, please? Okay.
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay, very good. Why I am asking this question, because it's very important that you make your mind, you take a decision that whatever happens, whatever comes, I will complete this course. Otherwise, what happened? If your mind is like, let me check, if it is, everything is fine, I will go ahead. Otherwise, I will drop. No, it's not like that. Even though you don't find this course is not suitable for you, you have to check for another course because you want to learn Arabic, right? So if you find this course is comfortable with you, you have to decide. You have to take a decision that I will complete this course. Then only you can complete. There are a lot of people, they come for, for an anxiety or curiosity or something, and after a few days they find that it is a bit difficult than they expected, and they don't want any headache. They just want everything easy, to get everything easy. If you think that you will get a language very easily, it's not true. Any language, not only Arabic, because language is the basic of knowledge, and you need to put some efforts. You have to dedicate some time, and you have to do some homework, and you have to spend some time. Then only, the more you give to the language, the more it will give to you. And it's not that much easy, whatever the language is. So, you're uh, so many students, they come and ask me that, uh, are you teaching any type of grammar? I don't want any grammar. And also, I need it quickly. If possible, 10 hours or 15 hours, that's enough for me. Yeah, I tried it, I tried to help them, but it was useless, to be honest, you know. And I started with a small course, and I found that it is not effective that as I expected also. So I did a complete research and thorough study on the available syllabuses all over the world, and I found the best syllabuses, and I compiled the best one and in my own way, and this is a unique syllabus that I prepared for you. That's why I made it 80 hours. Normally you can see so many courses around you that they teach Arabic language within 30 hours, 40 hours, but you won't get it completely, I'm sure. It's my experience. So if you are patient enough to complete this course, I'm sure, and if you follow all the instruction that I gave you, I'm sure that you will uh, speak Arabic very fluently without any issues. If you have that skill to speak, because basically if you don't have the skill to speak, you cannot speak any other language. That's why I told you, open your camera, be interactive, be courageous to talk to people, because we are learning a language, not anything else. So we have to practice that skill also, communication skill. Yeah. And as everyone of you said, Arabic is a very nice language. It's a very romantic language. It's a very rich language comparing to other language. You know how rich the Arabic language is? Arabic language has 25 times extra vocabulary than English language. You believe it or not? Because Arabic is one of the richest languages in the world, and it is one of the most beautiful languages in the world. And I would like to say that it is one of the easiest languages in the world. You have to believe it, because when you start writing alphabets, how you start? You're just putting a line, So any kid, maybe 1-year-old, 2-year-old, can hold a pencil, can write the first letter without any difficulty. But think about other languages. For example, Chinese, Malayalam, Hindi, English. Can they do that? No. And if you put that line vertically and horizontally in different ways, and put some dots and replace the dots, it will become some other letters and sounds. That's it. That simple it is. I'm happy that all of you know how to read and write, except one or two people. They already started the basic reading and writing course. Once they complete, they can start the new course, inshallah, new batch with us. See, this is one of the unit, the first unit. Yeah. Like this, we have 20 units in this course. Approximately, we will take 2 or 3 or 4 sessions to complete one unit. Depends, not always the same. Yeah. And from the beginning, we start simply learning some words and some, sentence constructions and, small things. And gradually we will grow, learning some basic and simple rules and some things. Without a rule, you cannot learn any language, especially a second language. Your mother tongue, you don't need any grammar, that's sure, no issues. But for learning any second language, you need to know minimum rules, not widely like, a full grammar you don't need. If you need to learn the full grammar of Arabic, it would take around 200 hours. It's too much. We don't need that for spoken Arabic. So we included the basic simple rules of Arabic language so that you will not make any mistakes, any blunder. We have 20 units like this, and we have 3 classes every week, every alternative days. In the evening, now we start in the evening. But there are some students, they prefer to be in morning session. In addition to this 20 units, I will also give you some useful materials that you can read and practice, in different occasions of your, professional and personal life. And also, I have prepared an extract of a serial, a comedy Arabic local serial of UAE, which will help you a lot to understand the way how they speak. Yeah. And I can also give you some voice clips. Once we complete 2-3 units, I can give you the voice clip of the conversation that we studied already, so that you can practice, you can hear it, you can practice it, you can repeatedly practice it, the pronunciation and all these things. It will help you a lot, I think, inshallah. Okay, let's start. In this unit, the first unit, what you are going to learn? Expressions of quantity, which we need a lot. Yeah. Example, a bottle of milk, a dozen eggs, something like that, all this quantity. Yeah. And we will also learn orders and requests. We need to order things. Yeah. Nowadays, in our busy life, we order everything online, but still we need to order something directly through the phone. And, we go to the supermarkets and order things. Yeah. And also, we use order in our day-to-day life, like come here, go, and, or, like these things. And how to say please, thank you, and be so kind, some usages that we use in our life. Okay, let's start with some useful words. Vocabulary is most important thing in learning language, as all of you know. The more vocabulary you have, the more confident you will be. Am I right? If you don't have enough vocabulary and you know some rules, it will not benefit you. Yeah, because you will be stuck when you want to use the words. So start from today that and decide that you will learn. You will keep the words in your mind, not in your notes. You have to by heart it. All the words that you learn, of course, you have to by heart it, and you have to add to that. I will give you a lot of words, but in addition to that, you have to add. Whenever you see something, you have to check it. You have to research it. You have to ask people, what is this? What is the meaning of this word? Then only you can grow gradually and use the language. Even though you don't know the rules much, you have a lot of words. You can at least communicate. You can at least make others understand. So vocabulary is very important. There's no excuses. Once you learn a unit, never ever forget the vocabulary, because the next unit you will use those words in different conversations. So don't tell me that I forgot that. No. Maybe you will forget someone, but always I will not accept excuses. So if you want to learn, you have to by heart it. It's very, very important and mandatory. Okay. But if you don't do your work and your effort and your homework, and then finally you say that I didn't benefit from this course. No, this is not acceptable. You have to do your part. Okay, inshallah. Coop, you might have heard about it. Coop, yeah? Coop is cup. Also, finjan. Finjan. Finjan is very small. Arab use it to power the gahwa. Gahwa? Coffee. Their Arab traditional coffee. Yeah? And also they use for glass, a cup glass. They use glass as in English. So glass. It's written like this. Glass or kas. Okay? And tea, everyone knows chai. So all simple words because we are just starting. Okay? Gahwa, coffee. Glass, kas chai. A glass of tea. So now you combine two words, glass, a glass of tea, glass chai or kas chai, or finjan. Finjan we normally use with gahwa, coffee, not with chai. But with chai we can use glass or kas because finjan is very small. Arab, they drink gahwa in a small, very small, cup. So finjan gahwa, a cup of coffee. Portugal. We pronounce this qaf as ga in spoken. In modern standard Arabic, they use it as qaf. But in spoken, it's ga. Okay? That's easier, okay? Meat, lahm, okay? Salmon, fish, halib, milk. Bail, eggs, jubban, cheese. Sandwich is called sandwich. Okay. Dozen. It's an Arabized word. It looks like exactly came from English. Nis dozen, half dozen, half kilo bottle, nis kilo bottle. So now you know how to use two words together, how to combine two words. Is that easy? Okay. Do you have any doubt?
No doubt.
All the words are.
I have a question.
Nisf same.
Sorry,
Nisf and nisf.
Yeah, actually this is nisf, but they pronounce as nis. No, they don't.
For orange, it's Burdagal.
Portugal, yeah. Portugal.
Sir, is there any mistake if we use ga itself instead of ga?
No, if you use, it's fine, no problem.
So
But
basically, we have to keep these words in the mind while reading pronunciation, because on writing it is different, and while pronouncing it is different.
all of you are here to learn spoken Arabic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't think too much about writing. You know, we are learning how to speak. So writing, if you want to
Since
write
from the
emails
okay,
and such things, that's a different thing. That's modern standard Arabic. You have to use it. You cannot use spoken Arabic to write email. No one uses spoken Arabic to write email or to write. Maybe you can chat. You can chat with people using spoken Arabic, no problem.
So, sir, those who know, as a Muslim, we know the Arabic letters. So whatever is there on the screen, we are able to read that words,
Yeah.
Arabic words. But what about others who are from non-Muslim background? They doesn't know the Arabic. It won't be difficult for them.
Actually, there is only, I think, 1 or 2 people now with us, and they are already taking the basic course, reading and writing course, and they won't be the part of our batch. They will get their batch, so they will get that consideration.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry about it, inshallah. So all others they already know how to read, and I don't want you to read the transliteration, because transliteration is very different from the original, pronunciation. So, for example, if you write something in your own language, using English letters, and if you let someone, an English people, read it, you will laugh a lot, right?
Yeah, that word is there, salasa. Number 3, it is called. It is written th, but it in pronunciation is called salasa.
Yeah. So many things are like that, So when the Arabs hear that we are pronouncing, in an English letters, they will laugh at us. So better we always pronounce correctly and speak the exact, pronunciation. Yeah. So that's why I will try my best to help you. Yeah.
And yeah, the one word also is the center point. They call point. It doesn't have point. Per word is not there in Arabic.
Correct. Yeah. So let's do some exercise to check how you understood this. Yeah. Translate the following phrases. A half kilo of meat. Okay. Say that.
نص كيلو لحم.
نص كيلو لحم. صح؟
لحم.
Okay, very good. نص كيلو لحم. زين. The second one, a bottle of milk.
Bottle halib.
Yeah, we can say just bottle halib. Okay, no need واحد. Okay, because bottle, when you say bottle, it means واحد. If you say bottle in, it means 2 bottles. And if you say from 3, you can start, ثلاث بطولات كذا إن شاء الله. Bottle halib, okay? Fauzia, a dozen eggs. How to say that? Yeah?
And a dozen bays.
Dozen bail. صح?
Yeah.
Dozen bail. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Kilo samak.
Kilo samak. Okay. Very good. And half a dozen oranges. Zabit?
Nus kilo Portugal.
Very good. Nus kilo Portugal.
So jubal sandwich.
La. Just opposite. Not jubal sandwich. Sandwich jubal.
Okay, sandwich jubal.
Cheese sandwich is, we use the cheese first. The opposite. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now you can combine two words to, to get of meaning, So where here you can see that in English there is a and of. There is a and of. A half kilo of milk, a bottle of milk. But that word you cannot see in Arabic. But there is a meaning. It has that meaning, but you cannot see that, word. For example, if you say bottle halib, it means a bottle. Bottle means a bottle. Bottle halib means a bottle of milk. So when you combine these two words, it has already that meaning, a bottle of milk. Normally in feminine words, you can see a ta. A word ends with ta. Like this. It called ta marbuta. So guta means gutat. We call it guta without pronouncing ta. But this ta will be pronounced when you add it to any other word. You will see it in the next exercise, inshallah. So, okay. Don't worry about it. See, guta means a piece.
It's Guta. Guta.
Guta. Not guta. Guta, okay? We pronounce it guta. And nitfa means a bit. Habba means a grain. So all these words you can see ta. When we pronounce it alone without adding any word, we don't pronounce the ta at the end. But when you add this word to another word, so you will pronounce it gutat laham. Gutat.
Gutat laham.
Gutat laham. Okay? When you add it, you pronounce it. Nitfat khubus. Not nitfat khubus. Nitfat khubus.
Nitfat khubus.
Okay? Habbat aish.
Habbat aish. Habbat aish.
Is it easy?
Aish.
Yeah. So this is the rule of pronunciation in this case. Okay. I hope these words are easy and simple to understand, and we can use it every time because it's a very common words. Have you heard about this? Have you heard these words before? Guta, nisfa, habba. Maybe habba you heard, right?
Habba.
Habba means a piece also, a grain. Also people use like atini habba means give me a piece.
Ta marbuta at the end of these three words, gota, nitfata, and habba. So when we use it as a sentence, gota laham, so it gives a feminine sense to the sentence.
No. Actually, these words are considered as feminine words. It has nothing to do with the sentence. So some words are feminine, but if it comes in a complete sentence, it's not a complete sentence. Gutat laham is not a complete sentence. It's a part of sentence. A complete sentence means that gives a complete meaning. Gutat laham is a is mudaf ilayhi in Arabic, means you added a word to another word. That's it. Yeah, it's not a sentence. When it comes in a sentence, there is a rule. If it is a feminine word, you have to use a different form of word. For example, raha for masculine, rahat for feminine. If you say raha Muhammad, people will understand that that's a masculine gender. And if you say rahat Fatima, people understand that she's a girl. That's the difference.
Same as mudaris and mudarisat.
Yeah, mudaris and mudarisat. Yeah. But nowadays, people, they use only the masculine forms of designations. Before they used it, but now some people, not all, some people they use only the masculine gender of designations. For example, even though you are a lady and you are a what do you call a manager, they call it mudir, not mudira. But if someone says mudira, it's okay, no problem. So you have that freedom. Then bayid or samak. some words are used as collective nouns. So when you say bale, it means all eggs, not only one egg that you see in front of you. Bale means there's a general word, it's a collective noun. And also when you say samak, fish means all fish. Okay. And like that, bale means eggs, samak, fish, khubus, bread. So when you add atta to that, bayla, it means an egg. It doesn't mean that a female or feminine egg, no. It means an egg. So in this case, without ta, it's used as a collective noun. And if you add atta to it, it will be something specific, an egg, samaka, a fish, khubza, a loaf. This is not in all cases. Some, nouns are like that. So when you add a ta to all nouns, it will not, become an, a single thing. No. In this cases, some words like this. Okay. Hope you understood. And let's see some orders and requests. In Arabic, like in English, we can use the one word request and orders. For example, when we speak to male people, males, we can use this type of things. At means give. At, give. Jib, bring. Self, make. Okay. Ruh, go. Ta'al, come. I think these words are familiar to you, right? But when you use these words with a female, there's a small difference. You have to say, instead of ati. Jib, instead of jib, gb. Instead of self, selvi. Instead of ruh, you have to say ruhi. And ta'ali. You notice the difference? So this is very important actually in Arabic. Using, when you using the correct word when you address female. And unfortunately, we Asian people, we don't care about it. We use what we want. We always use yeji, or I don't know. We use broken Arabic, and we never want to correct it. And it's like we are insulting a beautiful language. Actually, when you speak it in its right way, it's very beautiful. But when you break it, and you just want to communicate, with your words always, even though you are staying in this Arabic country for decades, you don't want to correct it, and you don't want to use it in the proper way. It means you are just insulting the language. But we don't care. And this situation you can see only in Arabic language. If you go to an English country or some other German or Russian, you will learn that language fluently within few months. But why this happens? Because I don't know. Because of the people who, the Arabs, they always want us to understand. That's why they also try to break something and make us understand, but it's not good for the language. And they speak the original colloquial Arabic, and they speak some broken language with us. And we think that this broken language is correct, and we always use it. But if you really speak the original colloquial and spoken with them, they will be very impressed, because they understand the level of your brain, and they will be appreciating you, inshallah. Okay, so this is the difference, when you speak to a female. Yeah. And if you speak to more than two people, you have to use this, you know, you have to add a wa at the end of that word. Like atu, jibu, sawu, ruhu, ta'alu. Yeah? Is that easy? Okay. Inshallah, we will try to understand it more when we do an exercise, inshallah. Okay. And also, if you say that give me, you have to say, you have to add a noon, you know, atani. Atani. Yeah. If you are talking to a female, then you have to say atini. You have to add a ya and, you know, extend the length of that word. Atini. Okay. And when you address a group of people, you have to say atuni. So it's, you can understand when you hear without seeing people, they're talking each other, you're just hearing, so you understand they are talking to a female and they're talking to a man, or they are talking to a group of people, even though you are not seeing them. So it will be clear for you just by listening. You don't need to see them. You know, that's the speciality of Arabic language. And there are also some other languages, Semitic language, they use the same. Even in Hindi,
use aati hai.
Aati hai, but aata hai, we also use aata hai, right?
Yes, for boys we use, male we use aata hai.
Aata hai. So there's a difference. It's similarly in Arabic also, for feminine and, you know, masculine, there is a difference. We have to use it. And when we hear someone using the wrong Hindi, you know, we don't appreciate them, right? Do we appreciate them?
Yeah. No.
We don't appreciate them. Yeah. So we have to use the correct one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So atini, atini, atuni. Okay. And yeah. So when you add this noon, you know, this noon to the end of this word to mean that to give me, you have to lengthen, you know, atini, okay, atuni, like that, okay, so that it's clear that you are talking to a female, okay, okay. See, and for me, if you want to say for me, do something for me, you have to say li, not ni. Okay, serve li. Make for me. Sawi li. To a lady, sawi li. To a group of people, sawu li. Okay. And in Arabic, they use yalla. I think you know that. Why they using yalla? Give an extra note of urgency, like, you know, it's very urgent, yalla. Yeah. Atini surah yalla. Like that. They say,
hurry up.
Yeah. Okay. So yalla roh means just go. Yalla roh. Okay. Okay. Yalla sawi. Go and do it. Yeah. Like that. So it means it's a bit urgent. Okay. If they say yalla. Okay. Is that clear? Here you will learn how to use these words in a sentence. Sawli finjan gahwa min fadlik. So if you add min fadlik, it is very polite. Please, okay? Min fadlik. Sawli finjan gahwa min fadlik. No, please make a cup of coffee for me. Sawili, and to a lady, you have to say Sawili finjan gahwa min fadlik. So this ka becomes cha, and it will be clear that you are talking to a lady. And here you are adding a ya here, and here to a group of people you say Sawuli finjan gahwa min fadlikum. So here you add wav, and here you say you add a meme also, kum, you know, instead of ka, kum. Ya Ali, jibli kamak min fadlik. See, jibli, because of this Ali. Jibli nuskilo samak min fadlik. Ya Zahra, atini, see, instead of atini, you say atini. Atini nitfat khubus min fadlij. Here, cha. Okay. This is we can write only ja. There's no cha sound in Arabic, but they pronounce it as cha in spoken, not ja. Cha, you know. But there's no letter like cha. Okay. Ya nas, ta'alu min fadlik. People, please come over here. Okay. Ta'alu min fadlik. So you can use ya to address people, you know, whether it singular or group, doesn't matter. And if you don't know what is their name, you can use either nas, ya nas, or ya jama'a, or something like that. Okay. Okay. Also, shukran is a very famous word. Everyone knows it. And if you want to say well done, you can use ahsanta. Ahsanta means well done. And to a lady, ahsanti. Ahsanti. To a group of people, ahsantu. You know, with a vav. Okay. And and for talking more politely, people also use tafaddal. You know, to a lady, tafaddali. To a group of people, tafaddalu. See, shukran. And the using word of thank you, like you can say shukran or ashkuruka or mashkur. Mashkur wa'id, thanks a lot. Shukran wa'id, thanks a lot. Ashkuruka wa'id, thanks a lot. All same meaning. Okay. Ahsanta, ahsanti, ahsantu. Different forms. And tafaddal, tafaddali, tafaddalu. Okay. So if you want to say, please have some tea, you can say tafaddalu shay. It's a very polite way. Tafaddalu shay. Is it interesting or boring? What do you feel it?
It's interesting. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
It is practice, and we need to memorize some words, and so that's it.
I will share this note with you after the class, so that you can practice. You know, and once you practice, we will have a gap of 1 day, you know, between each sessions, so that you will get time to practice it, and you can always get back to me if you have any doubt. Ya Hamad Sawli Kashay min fadlik. Ya Hamad Sawli Kashay min fadlik. What is the meaning? Anyone can say?
Hamad, make a cup of tea, please.
Okay. So you can use the English style, you know, you don't need to translate word by word, you know, like, Ya Hamad, please make a cup of tea for me, right? For me. That's the correct order, right? Okay, very good. Ya Layla, atini nitfat samak min fadlij.
Hey Layla, please give me a bit of fish.
A bit of fish. Very good. Ya Muhammad, ruh jibli guti jigara min fadlik. Jigara or sijara means cigarette, okay? Ya Muhammad, ruh jibli guti
Muhammad, go and bring for me a piece of cigarette, please.
Piece, guti means a packet, you know. Guta means a piece. Okay.
Okay.
Guta
a
means
packet of cigarette, please. Yeah.
Packet of cigarette min fadlik. Okay, very good. Ya Abdullah, atini finjan qahwa min fadlik.
Please give me a cup of coffee.
Please give me a cup of coffee. Okay. Ya Selva, ruhi jibi li darzan Portugal min fadlik.
Silva, please go and bring 1 dozen orange for me.
Very good. Okay. See, so now you can see the difference between the feminine and masculine genders, you know, and plural and all this, right? See, sawi. Where is sawi? There's no sawi, right? Okay. Savli, atini, okay, ruh, Rohi. So you know that the difference, and you know how to use it. Yeah, when you talk to a lady or man. Okay, inshallah. And also we have some exercise to translate to Arabic. I hope you can do it, and if you don't get it, you can ask me. And to give you a bit of cheese, okay, to go and make you a cheese sandwich. And you can read it and you can complete all this. Also, to a woman, how to say this, okay, in different way. And exercise also, and you are going to talk to a male shopkeeper and you ask all these things, and please try to do by yourself, and if there is any mistake, no issues, I will correct it for you. And female shopkeeper, how to say this, you have to try using these words. And yeah, there is vocabulary. You can see the all vocabulary that we learned already here with this meaning. Okay. And after that, at the end of each unit, you can see a cultural point. It's very important, because if you don't know the culture of a nation or a certain people in a region, you will miss so many things when you speak. So at least you have to know the basic things, and every unit you will get a cultural point. In this unit, we have some discussions on the Gulf states and its history. So you have to read this, and you have to learn how they communicate and using some other words like the names of countries, and yeah, it will be easy for you, inshallah, once you read it. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me, because we cannot read and explain this thing. You can read yourself and you will get the knowledge. Yeah. And yeah, how they use the names of places, all these things are explained. Okay, I think that will be very helpful for a student. Okay, and now you can tell me your opinion about.
Sir, I have a question. If by chance we'll miss any class, so there is any option for recording the lesson and you can share with the students?
Actually, to be honest, I can't do that, because whenever I did that, students started be lazy. Unfortunately, they think that they will get the recorded one and they will not come. They will think that they will do that, but it's a human thing. When we think that it is there and we can go there and visit there sometime, we will always keep it. We think that we can do it later. This is a human nature. So I don't want to give you the recorded one. If you miss it, you will miss it. And if you really have a situation that you cannot come, this note will help you to cover up. Or you can ask one of your friends to record the voice and send to you. But if I do it, personally and officially, you always expect it from me and you will think that it is easy. I want you to study well. That's why I'm not doing it.
Okay, thanks, sir.
It will make you lazy. That's why.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we are giving the live sessions only, and there's no recorded sessions.
And will there be any conversation sessions?
Yeah. After 10 units, we will have 20 minutes. After 40 minutes, we will have the class, and 20 minutes will be the practical conversations, because you need to know something to start conversation. From the beginning, maybe it will be difficult for you, but after 10 units, after we complete 10 units, there will be a conversation session, inshallah.
I think the biggest thing is to have these sessions where we all know that we are learning and it's okay to make mistakes, and you are here to correct. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, to have a venue where you can come and practice.
You don't need to worry about the mistakes. So we have to be ready to make mistakes. Then only we can learn. It's very important, as Atul said. And also I will suggest you so many other techniques and ways that you can improve spoken speech, inshallah. I will suggest clubs and the other platforms that you can join, continue with the learning, inshallah, after this. And also, you're always welcome to ask me any question.
Conversation, already you mentioned after the 10 units, there is a conversation section. In the conversation sections, and so how do you plan, and so for each candidate, and so they will get the opportunity to speak or not?
Of course, yeah.
What is the difference between communicative and spoken Arabic and the MSA?
If you want to use the Arabic language for your official communications, like if you want to present in front of people on stage, you have to use standard Arabic. And if you want to write a letter or email, or you want to learn, you want to read the newspapers, and you have to understand the news and all official things is in modern standard Arabic. But when you use the colloquial things, it's the common, and normal conversations. If you know the MSA, it's easier to communicate with any type of people. Like you can go anywhere and you can use anywhere, any country. Everyone understand the MSA. But spoken, the GCC accent is known to GCC mostly. But GCC is the easiest one to understand. Not like, Egyptian or Moroccan or Tunisian.
You will be the soul to teach all these things, right? Or some other will be there to coach us?
No, I'll be your coach, inshallah.
Is there any class that you are giving for kids for learning and teaching Arabic?
Of course, my family, they're all from an Arabic background, actually. So there are a lot of teachers in my family. If you want, I can help you, get a good teacher for you. You can message me on WhatsApp, but online only. No.
What about the payment and all? In one shot we have to pay, or there is a partial payment for this 80 hours course?
If you like the way of teaching, and if you are confident that you can pay it, once, because it's easier for me, it's very difficult to follow up the payments. So you don't need to worry about the result and things. If you are not happy, you can get your money back, no issues, if you really want it, but if it is because of your reason, like you cannot attend, or I don't know how to say that, and
yeah, that is not acceptable. Yeah, but from your part, okay.
Yeah. So, but if there is someone who really faces a financial issue or crisis, I can give you a discount or installment facility, no issues. But it should be a genuine case. So once again, thank you all, and see you soon in the first session of our course, inshallah. And I am always happy to hear your feedback. Whatever you want to tell me, you can tell me personally, if you can't tell me now. Yes, barakallahu fikum, jazakumullah khairan. Inshallah, nashufkum ala khair bi'idhnillah.
Jazakallah khair. We very much like the way of teaching.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Ma'as salama fi amanillah.